This is kind of the least kept secret. It is not good even a little bit. AKA Unk is officially out at ESPN. It had to come. Did not see things the same way that old Unk saw them. ESPN needs to stop with the stupid. Storms are here in Indiana, and I just had a towel off my head before I sat down because of the dirt and the grime. Yeah, that's right. I'm out there busting it. I'm out there chainsawing this morning, shoveling. I'm kind of tired, if you want to know the truth. Anyway, good morning, and I hope you are not doing what I had to do, which is, well, do some chainsawing and do some shoveling. Don't do it anyway. You're fired. You're gone. He gone. Freight train gone like yesterday. Shannon Sharpe out. This is kind of the least kept secret. See, a lot of people thought as soon as the allegations, and we'll get into all of those, with Shannon Sharpe came out, ESPN would immediately fire him. That's really not how it goes. They wait. They wait, they meet, they wait, they meet, let things settle down, and then he gone. Shannon Sharpe, a.k.a. Unk, okay, Unk, is officially out at ESPN. It had to come. ESPN has cut ties with commentator/clown, my words, not anybody else's, Shannon Sharpe, who recently settled a lawsuit with an ex-girlfriend who accused a former NFL star of rape, according to The Athletic. Sharpe hadn't appeared on ESPN programming since April, when allegations of sexual assault first came to light. With the football season quickly approaching, that's true, it appears the company has decided that Sharpe's legal issues aren't worth having him on First Take. Pretty good call by ESPN or any of their other programs. They don't need to. They can put anybody. I've told you this before. It's the same thing with Stephen A. Smith. They don't need to pay a guy that much money. They can put anybody on there, make him a star. Following the filing of the lawsuit in April, Sharpe announced he would step away from ESPN. Tony Busby, the attorney for the woman who sued Sharpe for $50 million, that's 50 million, acknowledged the settlement via an Instagram post on July 18th. Here's that post. Both sides acknowledged a long-term consensual and tumultuous affair. After protracted and respectful negotiations, I'm pleased to announce that we have reached a mutually agreed-upon resolution. All matters have now been addressed satisfactorily, and the matter is closed. This is Tony Busby, the attorney. You see it right there. The lawsuit will be dismissed with prejudice. Terms of the settlement were not discussed. They're not made public, but they didn't appear to involve Sharpe admitting guilt to the allegations against him. Back in April, when the allegations first surfaced, Sharpe put out the following statement. At this juncture, I'm electing. He made it seem as if he was stepping back to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. I will be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations against me. That's in April. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. I sincerely appreciate the overwhelming and ongoing support I have received from my family, fans, friends, and colleagues. You know, side note, there is going to be a lot of upheaval in the football realm at ESPN. Tom Lukenbill, who's great on ESPN, told me that yesterday on my afternoon show. He said they're kind of waiting to see who the teams are, but that's college and professional football, although the professional football realm, of course, has Buck and Aikman. But in college, a lot of shifting. Well, that doesn't have anything to do with this. I just thought since you watch my program for information, I would throw that in as something to look for. The preseason starts today. How about that? How about the preseason starts today? It is, ladies and gentlemen, the NFL Hall of Fame game. So we got all the speeches, the Yellow Jackets. It's kind of cool. So they're going to play it in Canton, Ohio. Hopefully it doesn't rain like it did here because, you know, rain moves east and, well, we're west of Canton, Ohio. Anyway, preseason starts today. He was fired yesterday. So apparently ESPN did not see things the same way that old Unk saw them. I believe that Stephen A. Smith was smart enough not to go to bat for Shannon Sharpe. Here's what I think happened. A lot of people have asked me this, and I'll address how I think that it would have gone. First off, I believe we said back in April, maybe into May, that there's no chance he survives this. I've said this before. ESPN, they used to understand that they could do without somebody that was a troublemaker. They viewed me as a troublemaker. We had a mutual parting of the ways. No problem. But mine wasn't this. This is unbelievable. Like a grown-ass man going through this with a 25 or 27-year-old, there was no way they were going to survive this. Now, Stephen A. Smith is, among other things, a survivor. And I'm guessing he took a swing. Smith is big enough that he would talk to Jimmy Patera, the guy who runs the joint. My guess is Patera said, Stephen, we love you. That ain't happening. Don't go public. Don't come at us. Don't defend. Stay in your lane on this one. We let you go outside your lane. Stay in your lane with this particular time because this was so big. Because this didn't get refuted. This wasn't like all of a sudden in the negotiations, Shannon Sharpe proved that Tony Busby's client was lying. He proved that nothing. He actually proved with the settlement that something did happen. See, the only person that I can recall, and maybe I'm totally wrong about this, but the only person that I can recall coming out the other end of allegations like this is Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant famously was accused, went to trial for raping a woman in Colorado. Kobe Bryant, every day, perp walk into trial. Middle of the trial, settlement reached. NDAs signed. Kobe Bryant came out the other end. Next thing you know, he's buying a big old rock for his wife, Vanessa, and somehow, some way, not sure how, established himself as a, quote, girl dad. One of the bigger farces that our media has made up. Rest in peace, Kobe, but what the hell? I was saying this when he was alive. There was no way Shannon Sharpe, outside of a total exoneration, was ever going to go back on ESPN. And frankly, he didn't get a total exoneration. He basically, to the public, got an admission of guilt. Now, remember this, Sharpe at the time, and the timing was very odd, Sharpe at the time was to sign, I believe, $100 million podcast deal. Now, that's, if you remember, was literally the same time these allegations came out. Literally. Not figuratively, literally. That's gone, I got to imagine, too. His own podcast, pretty successful. I believe it'll still be successful. I do. I mean, what do people care, right? I mean, people, when you run your own shop, the only people that really matter are you and the people watching. I don't think people really care. But Shannon Sharpe out. Now, along with Shannon Sharpe, well, Marcus Morris. We're going to get into that in just a second. But it's a bad day. And Jason Whitlock, man, he said it. Bad day for criminal professional athletes. And it is, and it was, and it needs to stop. ESPN needs to stop with the stupid. Do some vetting. You know, in the mafia, and I always go to the mafia, if you bring in Shannon Sharpe, guess what? You gone. In the mafia, you bring in the rat. You bring in the guy that embarrasses us. Who's sponsoring him? Who brought his ass in here? Get in the front seat. I'll get behind you in the back seat. You gone. Anyway, we'll see. Hey, moving it forward, I know you love the content we're giving you, and I thank you for that. If you miss any of our rants, and I gave you a good one yesterday on Skip Bayless, going after Scottie Scheffler was ridiculous, but I got to tell you, the best rant was a couple days ago when I went at what's real in our society, when the lunatic gunman marched right down the streets of Manhattan with a long gun into 345 Park Avenue and did the unspeakable. Horrific. Go look at that one. Check that one out too. But hey, look, we got over 1.75 million viewers to our YouTube channel. Be another one. Go subscribe, not viewers, subscribers. Like, comment, and subscribe. All you got to do is go to youtube.com/@OutKick/videos. Like, comment, subscribe. That way, not only can you never miss all the great stuff going on here, but you can go back and watch if you did miss. Duh. All right. Former NBA superstar, Agent Zero. Yeah. Agent Zero was arrested in Southern California on Wednesday after authorities say he ran an illegal bookmaking. What? Hey, let me know, Davey, if we have Arenas' thing, his response to this, been being let out of jail. Listen to this. Federal prosecutors claim the ex-Washington Wizards guard, along with 5 others, rented out his Encino mansion to hold high-stakes card games September of 21 to July of 22. The feds alleged Arenas hired a 51-year-old to help him stage the place for games and collect rent. They say Arenas' partner in the biz hired women to serve the gamblers at the residence and added a staff of chefs, valets, and security guards to make the games more enticing. Hey, what are you going to do? The alleged business owners, prosecutors wrote in the court documents, profited off of it all by taking a rake from each pot. Yeah. Pay the man his monies. John Malkovich, classic underground line. Arenas and 5 other defendants were hit with 2 charges. 1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gaming business and 1 count of operating an illegal gaming business. There you go. If convicted on both charges, prosecutors say Arenas and his boys are facing up to 5 years on each count. There you go. Arenas, well, he was also additionally charged with 1 count of making false statements to federal prosecutors. Well, I got to tell you, the last charge doesn't surprise me at all. The gambling stuff, I don't know. I mean, you know what? I don't know. What's the deal? Like, I don't want to sit here and pontificate. I like to play poker. I haven't played in a few years, but there was a time back in the poker craze, remember that moneymaker guy that won all that money? Everybody was playing poker. A lot of books, a lot of movies based on exactly this, high-end poker games. I don't know where I stand on it other than it's kind of stupid. I get it. You got a lot of money. I don't know why you do it. You want to be a guy. You've seen things on TV. You want to be a player, that kind of thing. Okay. But is it really worth going to the can for? And the evidence is everywhere. The evidence is all over. He's got Arenas poker on the tables. I mean, he got out of jail yesterday, like Arenas does, an immature little twat, dancing and yelling. It ain't about me. I just rented the house, all that kind of stuff. I'll tell you this much, and I could be dead wrong on this because it's not 100%, but when the feds come a-calling, woo, baby, woo, daddy, you got some problem. Hey, Davey, do we have that video of Arenas? Do we have that called up, or would I get it to you too late? There he is. All right, I'm back on the streets. This ain't got shit to do with me. Just rented the house. Wasn't a part as he was dancing. Now, the comments to that, even from African Americans, was, yo, bro, it's one thing the local authorities get you, but this the feds. Tread lightly, son. Yeah, tread lightly, but he's not. The fact that he made lying statements is not surprising at all. That's who he is. I mean, Gilbert Arenas is a clown, a jokester, and he's stupid. Not nearly as smart as he thinks he is. I hope they get him on lying to authorities. The other stuff, I don't really have a problem with it. In fact, I get invited to a poker game, not like that. Bunch of guys sitting around watching sports, playing Texas Hold'em. But hey, I guess one thing's the same. Hell, yesterday I won $160 playing golf, shooting a sassy 74. Sometimes you got to let them know you're a two-sport Big Ten athlete 172 years ago. But damn, I don't know. Here's the thing, last thing on this. Athletes need competition, juice, energy, to, quote, feel alive. Sometimes they do stupid things. This is not the brightest thing Arenas has done, but it ain't the stupidest. Is that a word? I think so. He's the dude that famously brought a gun into the locker room with that Crittenden character back when they were with the Bullets or Wizards or whatever the hell it was called. Arenas, just a clown. That's all. Hey, will someone tell Ryan Clark to shut the living hell up already? Seriously. Crying Ryan, well, he's back at it again. This time he's going after Dave Portnoy, the founder of Barstool, for potentially doing a collab with the Stud Buds, a.k.a. the WNBA's Courtney Williams, Natasha Heidemann, because of Portnoy's past comments on Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, and with Ryan Clark stating the Dave Portnoys of the world have been empowered and feel entitled to feel, talk, and be any way they want to anyone. Well, I would say so have the Ryan Clarks of the world. I mean, seriously. The Ryan Clarks of the world, same thing. We all have been. It's called Twitter. It's called the internet. It's called YouTube. I'm sorry, it's called X, Instagram, all this other stuff. Everybody's empowered to, let's quote this moron here, feel, talk, and be any way they want to be. We all are, idiot. We all don't have a film crew with us. We're all not crying over certain things. We're all not waking up going, hey, where's my film crew? Take me out to the water like Ryan Clark is. Let's film something, and I'll try to sound earnest. No, that's all of us. We all have the obligation or the opportunity to, quote, feel, talk, and be any way they want to anyone. Crying Ryan right here. Here he is.
Also, who do you serve? Right? We had Andrew Schultz on, and he wanted to have a conversation about what he said, why it wasn't intended as it was taken. Dave Portnoy is not going to do that. Not only did he call Angel Reese a classless piece of shit after the NCAAs, he's continued to double down on his dislike and disdain for her. And he's exactly, if you're servicing the WNBA viewers, he's exactly what you don't want. You don't want people to feel like because you like Angel, you have to dislike Caitlin Clark. I'm a fan of both ladies. I think they're both great for women's basketball. And he is part of the Caitlin Clark following that makes people hate her fans or dislike her fans because they do feel like they have caused this division between two players who are actually elevating the game, and you can't compare in playing styles. And so for me, it's about making the decision that if he comes on our show, are we going to hold his feet to the fire about this, knowing that he won't change his mind? The Dave Portnoys of the world have been empowered and feel entitled to feel, talk, and be any way they want to anyone. When I look at Caitlin Clark, who I do like, who game I love, I would never call her a piece of shit because I respect her. And as a man, I shouldn't speak of a woman like that. So to me, when you start off that way and continue to pile on this young lady, that's not a level of fandom that you are subscribing to. It's a level of hate. And we've had enough division in this world. So for the stud buds, it's, can I have a conversation that is somehow fruitful to the people that support me and watch my show while using Dave Portnoy to build my brand?
All right, yay, Rock, go fight, win. Hey, Ryan Clark can't go 2 days. This is Dave Portnoy. Can't go 2 days without talking about me. I shouldn't dignify his existence because I know he's a race baiter, but apparently he's mad I have opinions on a pro athlete while he's out here attacking wives. Combination of coffee, energy drinks, and cottage cheese. And there we are right there. I don't always run, but when I do, It's to the bathroom, and I did. Hey, appreciate y'all hanging in there with us. I love that. Back to Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark, who legitimately can't shut up about other people. This is what he posted yesterday at 8:30 in the morning. Morning, and God bless. It's a great day to be alive. No beefs, no feuds, just positive vibes, family, and doing the best job I can. Y'all have a great day. The first comment after that tweet by Ryan Clark was a guy named @WashingtonTribe. Yeah, I give it till noon before you start drama. G Money 313420 says, does that mean you won't talk today? Ryan Clark is the drama queen of the NFL, and good for him, because nobody would know who Ryan Clark is. But ESPN gave him this platform, and next thing you know, somebody said here, eating the Cam Newton humble pie this morning. Susan Bernstein said, your positive attitude is inspiring. Oh, shut up. One guy said, a guy named Dan, it's a great day to be alive and be racist. I'll give you a couple hours for you to say some stupid shit. There you go. Boy, does that spell out Ryan Clark perfectly. Yeah, I tell you what, I'll give you a couple hours before you say some racist, stupid shit and then bitch about other people. Oh, man. Hey, but good for Ryan Clark. No, seriously. Good for RC, as they call him. He not only gives you idiotic takes, has a hard time putting sentences together, but he's ESPN's guy. You got to give it to him. You just do. All right. Is it open season on Scottie Scheffler? Is that what we're doing? For the mere sin of trying to be a good father, husband, Tom Brady, who, by the way, is an absolute horseshit family man and a fraud when it comes to those kind of things, is the latest sports figure to take issue with Scottie saying priorities of being a good father, saying his priorities of being a good father versus being a good golfer. There is nobody in this world that I would listen to less about being a father or a husband than Tom Brady. And I said this after that roast. I didn't realize what a dirtbag Tom Brady was until I watched that roast, taking money out of other people's pockets, leaving pregnant women. Just a piece of shit as a father and a husband. And make no mistake, there is no bigger job, better job, more important job than being a good father to your kids. There just isn't. Yeah, Tom Brady, my God. Scottie said he'd rather be a better father and husband than a good golfer. My question is, why are they mutually exclusive? Sure, they're different blocks on the pyramid, but they're part of the same pyramid. They're connected. Well, you're a piece of shit father. I mean, I don't give a damn who gets mad at me. I mean, just look at your history. You cheated on your wife, whatever that Moynihan lady is, with the woman that eventually cheated on you. At least that's what's public. There's a country song called Then What? Basically, it's Tom Brady's life. He's cheating on his wife with another woman. Then he marries the other woman after divorcing his wife. Then what? I don't know. The new wears off and the old shines through, which means you're both cheats. Next thing you know, Giselle, or whatever the hell her name is, she's cheating with the jiu-jitsu instructor. Of course. Why is that a shock? I'm a lot of things, but I ain't a cheat, ever. Never, ever, ever. But I got to tell you, I'm a lot of things, but I pride myself on being a good father. Apparently, I wasn't the greatest husband because my first wife divorced me, but we're still great friends. But I ain't listening to Tom Brady say shit. For instance, I think part of being a good father is being a good example of doing what it takes to take care of your family. I choose to do that by playing football, my dedication to the sport, the hours of practice, the moments when I was laser focused. Those were the time I believe I was doing the best possible thing for my family and my kids. See, Tom Brady is stupid too because he's fallen into the trap of other morons. And that trap is you're worried about what Scottie Scheffler is saying as opposed to what he is doing. Because I don't know, man. I don't know that you can win like Scottie Scheffler has won, making the Open Championship look easy. The hardest tournament in the world, according to most, particularly for an American that doesn't play the style you play there. So it made it look easy not 2 weeks ago, and these morons like Brady are calling him out for talk. Apparently, Tommy boy, he is laser focused. Were you on your family and your kids when you were cheating on your wife, allegedly? When your wife was pregnant or at least just had a kid and you walked out on her for what? Another cheater? I don't know, man. Good for you for winning championships. You were better than anybody at taking a football and throwing it to another man. Yay! Go get him. By prioritizing my profession and teaching, by example, what it takes to be really good at your job, what it takes to follow through on commitments, what it takes to be a great teammate, and showing them also by example, that work is a big part of all of our lives. Well, no shit. Where'd Scottie Scheffler say anything other than that? You think Scottie Scheffler just showed up and won all these championships? You don't think he's laser focused? I mean, these guys are so stupid. I mean, between big, fat, dumbass Shaq trying to beat someone up and a serial cheater like Tom Brady suddenly being the bastion of what a good father is, really? I mean, all I ever see is Tom Brady on a yacht with some little, I don't know, model or where are the kids? Hey, I don't judge people as parents until they start yapping. And then you go, oh, did you teach your kids by running out on their mother? Did you teach them that? Did you teach these other kids by having a relationship with Giselle such that she fell into the arms of the jiu-jitsu instructor? Is that what you taught your kids? Well, I guess you taught them you can throw a football and you can get rich. All right. But where's the balance in that pyramid, Tommy boy? Where's the balance? All right, fine. You taught them about their job. Did you teach them about not running away from a woman that just had your kids because you found a hot Brazilian? I don't think he's even that hot Brazilian model who would cheat with you and ended up cheating on you? Nah, Brady. Well, where's the pyramid? You're the one mentioning the pyramid. Where is it? I get it. 99.9999% of media is going to say, yeah, Tom Brady, laser focus. I don't know. Peyton Manning was pretty good. Everybody went to his house for Halloween, still married to the same woman. I don't know, Tom. On that pyramid, where's that Bridget Moynihan? Where's she on that pyramid, Tom? While you were doing whatever it is you were doing that led you to walk out and into the arms of a cheat and Giselle Bunch. Where are it? Where was it? I don't know. We're not allowed to say that? Shut the fuck up, Tom. Talk about throwing a football, be unprepared for NFL television broadcasts, and be a sexy guy that women swoon at, because you got about 10 more years of that, and then that shit's over too. Just stop. All of you, stop with the moralizing. Jesus.